Good afternoon. It's the next day and this is what my new setup is looking like. I really like this colour. I think it's like pastel green or something. I decided to go for the silver one because my husband thought if I decide to resell it in the future, then silver is a more popular colour. And most of the time, because it's against a wall, you're not really going to be able to see the case colour anyway. This is actually the apple.com website. I've been just reading on the features and everything that I can basically do with this device. There's a lot to learn. This is actually my first Apple product. I remember the Macs at school, like I don't think I ever switched one on. So I've always used the Windows operating system. The keyboard is really light. I like that. I haven't really done like fast typing or much typing on it. So I will see how I do with this keyboard. Same goes for the mouse. I find it quite heavy actually. And the downside, I have heard other people complain about this because the charger is actually at the bottom, so you can't use it while it's charging. I don't know how long the charger will remain on this. That's more things to read up on. The IKEA furniture arrived today. We're probably going to assemble that later on tonight. This is something that my daughter did. Plant versus Zombie. I'm assuming that's one of the characters from it. So that's what she made. It's a shame because, is it nails or fingers? I think the fingers has come off, but he still stands with a limp. So this is the magnetic tape that I bought from Craft Stash. So what I'm going to do is cut out a piece to put on the back. It's already self-adhesive. The magnet, it's not too strong, but it does hold, like it won't slide off or anything. So it will work. Now it's coming on to 5 o'clock and I'm really hungry, so I'm going to go have my tea now. I'll just end it here for today. I always reuse nice packaging so that a little less goes into like landfill sites. I also keep these bags to reuse when I'm giving gifts and posting things.
See the signs about that this was the case in this, but I really enjoyed it, and I do think if I rewatched it I would see it in an interesting one. It reminded
Hi, it is evening time on the next day and I managed to finish the painting, but again I messed up with the glass panel. This was my third attempt. Still, I just can't seem to do this lantern. I don't know if it's an improvement because on this one I just gave up. That's why I didn't even include the little swinging door. And again I had the same problem. I overdid it with the panel. This is the first one I did, and I've already uploaded the video for that under my process videos. This is something I also did on the first week. I'm really happy with this piece. I thought maybe it would look nice as an art print. Also, I find myself thinking about recording as I'm painting, which I know I shouldn't really be doing. I should just enjoy the process of painting. So I think that's slowly creeping in and I want to stop that and not constantly be creating for the camera. So that's enough talking now. I'm going to scan this in and then clean it up and then experiment and see how this comes out.
I cannot be otherwise than concerned at being the means of injuring your amiable daughters.
Good afternoon. It's the next day. I didn't get the art print done last night. Just got busy with the kids. Just today's gone, just answering one phone call after another, and I don't even know where the day's gone today. So I'm going to try and print it out on normal paper first and see how it turns out. This is how it looks, just literally scanned with my Epson scanner, because I want to see how it comes out before I've made any adjustments. So this is the closest I have been able to match. Obviously it's much more orange than the original. I think that's the closest I'm going to be able to get. So I'm not really sure how to fix that. This is Permajet Artist Watercolour paper. I'm going to cut this down to A5 size. Try and make 2 prints out of it and see how it turns out. This is what the watercolour paper looks like. This is for inkjet printing. Okay, I've just put the lighting on. Hopefully you can see a bit better now. So this is the front end and this is the back end of the paper. So yeah, let's print them out and see how they come out. Good afternoon. It's around lunchtime the next day and I was at this for hours last night trying to sort out my printer because the inks ran out. The first print came out quite smudgy. I don't know why, and then I tried to do it again on the back and still it was quite fuzzy. So I'm not sure why that happened, and then I tried again. The second result was much better. It's not anywhere near the colour of the original, and this is actually the colour I really wanted. But this will do for now. I also noticed that even though I selected centered, it still shifted slightly towards the right. But I really don't want to experiment anymore and waste this paper. So I'm going to save the file and shift the image slightly towards the left before I do save the file. So just in case I forget next time.
So there's a lot to do this coming week, and
And then you can make that go up to there.
Yesterday I did become unwell towards like the latter part of the day. I didn't want to record anything. I didn't feel like vlogging. So I just watched Shuraina's drawing channel and basically drew all the creepy crawlies and insects that I want to do for Inktober. So this is what I did last night, just going through Shuraina's channel. Probably won't do all of these. It was just to sit down and just engage my mind in something. I think I'm either going to try and do the spider as my final Inktober piece, or maybe I'll do the dragonfly. I'm not quite sure between these two. It would be interesting to do like a caterpillar. He's got loads of other ones as well. I'll leave a link to his drawing channel because he's got quite a few. It's so simple the way he gives you instructions on how to draw. He really does have a talent for it. So maybe I will do the spider if I'm still in the mood. I still do feel quite tired. I'm just going to get on with a few more sketches now and then maybe choose one that I want to do in more detail. It's Monday the 25th of October. I'm feeling much better today. So I'm just going through my list of everything I wanted to do for Inktober. I'm treating it more like an opportunity to play with my inks and also produce some final pieces that I'm happy with. This is what I did the night before last night using Shu Rainer's Draw Stuff Real Easy. I did this for the Halloween theme, so I had real fun doing this. I'm going to try and do some sketches today around Halloween theme to do with the cauldron and cats and things. Good morning. Today is Thursday the 28th of October and the time is around 9:30 in the morning. Last night I felt so exhausted. After dinner I was just too tired to do anything. Also, I haven't been filming for the past 2 days because I've been busy with other things. The rest of the time I was just sketching ideas. I've mentioned this before that I'm learning drawing techniques by watching Shu Rainer's Draw Stuff Really Easy, and it just has a treasure trove of just ideas and techniques on how to draw everyday things and everyday objects. Because it's towards the end of October now, and I'm obviously not over this cold, I think my body's just exhausted. I'll just end the vlog maybe today or tomorrow. So this is what I was working on last night. I started the sketch the day before, and then last night I went in with the inks. I used the Cosmic Shimmer Color Cloud Blending ink, and this one is Basil Green I used for the caterpillar, Barely Nude for the spider, and the Clear Day for the dragonfly, and also Lagoon by Spectrum Noir. So these are the 4 inks I used for this piece, and I also used my Faber-Castell watercolor pencil set just to do some outlines very lightly. So I'm going to finish off this piece now, and then I'm going to start on my next piece. It's gone past 4 o'clock now. I feel so tired. I don't usually drink coffee around this time. I did finish the insects. The caterpillar is done and the spider is done, and I do have this tendency to overwork my painting until I've destroyed them. So I'm really trying to avoid that with this piece. Yesterday I was working on this again using Shu Rainer's channel. This is supposed to be like the Grim Reaper, but I didn't do a very good job. He's a bit short. He looks like a very grumpy, mean old monster. So some of these sketches, I think what I'll do is I'll cut them out and stick them into the sketchbook. And this is what I did for the witches theme. It's like to do with Halloween, and I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll do the spell book as the final piece. My hands are like really dry because I'm using this ink, and every time it's going all over my hands, I'm having to wash my hands, and it becomes really dry. Even though I'm using the little blending tool, I always manage to somehow make a mess. Daylight hours are almost gone. Also, I think I'm going to be going to the Hobbycraft later on with my daughters. So I'm going to push through and see how much I'm able to get through before sundown. Hello there. It's the next day, Friday the 29th of October, and I went to Hobbycraft last night. These are some of the things that I bought. So this is shrink plastics. I don't think this is like the one that's printable, but I might give it a try with my my cheap printer if it does allow inks to go on it. I also got a palette for using with my everyday paints because I can never seem to have enough, and I always have leftover paint in the other ones that I don't want to wash off. And I always wanted to use these Cosmic Shimmer gilding flakes, that's what it's called. So yeah, this was quite expensive actually, it was like £5, but I always wanted to have a try to see how they turn out. So I will probably experiment with it and see if it turns out how I'm hoping it will, and then I'll share the results on the channel. And I also got some Mod Podge. This is to seal the clay things I made in the last vlog. I did buy resin, but I'm still not sure how to mix the resin, and because of like it's toxic and everything, I'm still not quite confident to use the resin. And then this is the glue that is supposed to be used with the gilding flakes. I also bought these brooch bars. I couldn't find the pin backs with the butterfly clasps, so I thought maybe I'd try with this and see how it turns out. And I've already opened this one. I got the one with the 2 holes for the smaller clay pieces that I'm going to stick onto. I also bought some gum arabic to mix with my watercolor paints to increase like transparency, brilliance and gloss. So I will use this from time to time. I got these pastel paints. I think they were like £4.50. I'm gonna experiment with these. So yeah, that was my trip to Hobbycraft. If you've learned anything helpful and useful to you, then please give the channel a like, as we're setting into winter here in England. Wherever you are in the world, hope you have a good beginning to the new month of November. So stay safe and happy crafting.